She's come to represent our coming of age, our gaining of international respect, and she's also brought the various segments of the country together, being proud to be Americans.
The ship's legacy actually began earlier. During the conflict with the Barbary States, Constitution, under Commodore Edward Preble, led the task force that redeemed the honor of USS Philadelphia and led the bombardment of Tripoli and the capture of Derna.
And it is during the Barbary War that Constitution starts to gain her tremendous reputation. It is also where the United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps, of course, really has some spectacular successes. If you know the Marine Corps hymn, of course, the phrase "from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli," that phrase "to the shores of Tripoli" actually reflects the Marines marching across the desert to capture the city of Derna.
Welcome to CP 101, and this is an update on the USS Constitution. We've got our crew done. I bet you guys thought I forgot all about this ship. But we got our crew all painted. We've got them doing their tasks. So we got some life down there on the gun deck. I think it looks pretty cool. We've got, I don't know how many, I should have counted, I didn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20. We've got 20 guys down here. I think that's really enough because you're not going to see this gun deck once this spar deck is put on. In fact, I can put the spar deck on for you real quick and you can kind of see how much of this gun deck you don't see, which is in the entire deck. It's going to get pretty much covered up, and the only place that you can see the gun deck is right here in the center, and that gets covered up, well, most of it gets covered up by the lifeboats, so you don't really see the gun deck whatsoever. Then once we bring this up and put the back plate on, you don't, other than looking through the gun ports, you can't really see the gun deck. These holes here we're going to have hatches over, so you're going to block the view there. So yeah, it's you don't see a whole lot. So I wasn't too worried about when I put, I have a couple of mistakes on the wood veneer, on the wood veneer, but I wasn't too worried about it since you're not going to see this gun deck all that well, or you're not going to see it at all. Yeah, that's it still looks pretty cool. I know all these little guys are down there doing their job, but we've got, let me see if I can zoom in here. We've got some guys swabbing the deck. We got some guys putting stuff away. This guy has his mop, he's swabbing the deck. This guy's cleaning the cannons. He's got his ramrod, or could be a ramrod, could be just a pole with a rag on it, wiping down the cannons, cleaning them up. We got him here by his barrel. We got some stuff. This guy is going to throw down the hatch. Supplies. We've got this guy moving a barrel around. Oh, I can't even see. Sorry about that. Here. There we go. We've got this guy moving a barrel around. These guys are just shooting the shit, these three guys. This guy's working on the deck. This guy's working on the deck. There's him with his mop. This guy had a shovel. I turned it into a mop using Bondo, glazing putty, and turned it into a mop. In fact, I can kind of zoom in on it. You can kind of see there. Maybe you can't. Nope, that's blurry. That ain't gonna work. Come on. There we go. Nope. There we go. See his mop there. So we got a couple guys swabbing the deck, a couple guys working on the deck. Some guys that are cleaning the cannons, some guys moving the barrels. Kind of see all of them there. So, but yeah, I think it looks pretty cool down there. I don't have any guys in the quarters, so I got to put a couple in there. But everybody else we've got doing their thing. So, I need to figure out what I'm going to do as far as the gun doors. I thought about just putting the front ones on, just like the model in the museum, but now I'm just thinking not even putting them on, period. I'm just leaving them all off, because as you saw, once the gun ports are really the only way to look in there to see in the gun deck. So by putting the doors on, you kind of hinder your view of inside on the gun deck. But so yeah, I might just leave these off, all of them off, even though, as I said, the museum had the front ports, the two front had the doors, not the rest of them didn't have any doors. And like I said, the doors were mainly used, the doors were mainly stored below deck. They weren't even on the ship half the time. They weren't hinged like this kit depicts, so we might just leave all them doors off. The spar deck. Back of my camera up here. Here we go. The spar deck, I have them turned upside down because what we're going to have to do with the spar deck is we're going to have to make some, use some strips here to put between each seam so we can put the entire thing together off of the ship, because we want to run our lights on the bottom side of this to light up the gun deck. So we'll probably, I don't want this lit too bright. I'm thinking about maybe 1 LED per section, so there'd be 6 LEDs underneath here, and I think really that's all that is needed, because I don't want to light this up inside like a city block. It wouldn't have been that it wouldn't have been that brightly lit. So we want to keep our lighting to what it might have been back in 1812, but I like to get some wide strips. I have some styrene, make some strips and kind of put between these seams so I can put these decks together. And once I get them all together, I can run my lighting, and then I can just flip the whole thing over and set it on the hull and then glue it down. So, and then I tie in to the feed wire, which is right back here. You saw the feed wire, it's right here. So yeah, that's my plans. Even though it doesn't look like I've done a whole lot, I actually took them out to paint all these little guys and paint all the barrels and stick them all in there and everything else. So yeah, it's coming along. So alright guys, that's it on the Constitution, and until the next update, take care. We'll see you then.